Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location. This is GMTV. You're all welcome to GMTV. Today, we've got some news for you about what is going on in Biafra, and also on the title of this news, it said, Igbo women urge Gowon to review Biafra truth. Igbo women urge Yakubu Gowon to review Biafra truth. Let's dive into this news and hear what they have to say and an analysis of this news. If it is your first time of coming across our channel, please do us a favor, like, share, also comment. Let other people know about GMTV. Let's go on the news. And they said,
Igbo Women Assembly has stated that honoring victims of the Nigerian Civil War is a proper and globally recognized practice and should not be criticized or misunderstood. Speaking at the weekend in reaction to the annual May 30th commemoration of Civil War victims, IWAA National President Lolo Neka Chimezie emphasized that the remembrance is a solemn exercise of reflection and honor, not a rebellious act. The Civil War, which ended on May 30th, 1970, claimed the lives of thousands, soldiers and civilians alike, many of whom died from hunger, violence and disappearance, also displacements, especially in the southeast region. The memory of the war resident in the region has often observed May 30th as a day of reflection, staying at home and praying that such a tragedy never repeats. While some have condemned the observance and also linked it to separatist agitation and sit-at-home orders alleged imposed by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. IWA insists that honoring the dead is a fundamental act of dignity. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the honoring victims of the Nigerian Civil War. It is a form of remembrance practiced globally, reflecting on a war and its causes is essential for posterity, Chimezie said. She called on former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, under whose regime the war occurred, to tell Nigerians the truth, and nothing but the truth, about the conflict, including what really happened at the 1967 Aburi Accord in Ghana. It is time General Yakubu Gowon reviews the truth about the Biafra War and the Aburi Accord. We pray God grant him long life to make this confession for true healing and reconciliation, she said. And carried on. According to IWA, the continued suppression of historical truth and lack of official acknowledgement or apology to Indibo, also known as Biafrans, have fueled renewed agitation in the region. Chimezie questioned why the federal government has not officially apologized to the Igbos people for the war, especially after repenting or also recent violation that the 1966 coup, long tagged as an Igbo coup, was misinterpreted. Our research shows the war was avoidable if the government could recognize June 12 in honor of OMKO Abiola. Why can't it honor Biafrans who died during the Civil War? She asked. She added that the war also were not just statistics. They were our home husbands, brothers, and sons, setting aside a day to remember them and should not be considered a crime, she declared. And she carried on. IWA also pushed back against the narrative that IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, members are solely responsible for insecurity in the southeast, blaming instead criminal elements sponsored by enemies of Ndibo. Furthermore, the group urged Nigerian government to explore peaceful dialogue with genuine agitators. Instead of deploying brute force, they also called on Ndibo political leaders to prioritize unity and the collective good over personal ambitions. Chimize added, Biafra Day is not about IPOB, it is about history. Even the unborn generations will be taught of it. Remembering our fallen heroes is our right and should never be erased or criminalized. And also it stated, if other people in the countries all over the world, they celebrate their own people that died during the World War I, World War II, and also subsequent deaths that are occurring in the community or all over the country, in Africa and also in Asia, in the America, in the United Kingdom. All of them have a day set aside to remember their death or their loved ones. Why can't Nigeria recognize the importance of having this in Biafra land, to remembering their people that have been killed during the Biafra Civil War? They knew that there was a lot of program committed by General Yakubu Gowon. At that time, he was instructed to kill every Biafran that they have seen from 5 years upwards, that this Biafra freedom that they want to achieve, that they will never let them to achieve it, backed by the United Kingdom. And at the same time, Gowon refused to say anything about this program that happened, and he knows that the genocide that happened between Biafra and Nigeria cannot be swept under the carpet. We can see that on daily basis, you can be hearing this off and on, but it's so coward for him to come out in the public to say it, for everyone to know what has happened at that time, if he was right for what is done and for all what is done in killing the young people in Biafra land. This is GMTV. If today is the first time of coming across our channel, please do us a favor, like, share, also comment, let other people know about GMTV. There's still subsequent news coming out on this very channel, and also have a look and listen and see what has transpired in the coming days about what is going on in the locality that is called Nigeria. And there's another one again. They said this just about the Nollywood actor and also Latif Adedimeji was one of the star attractions in this year Ojude Oba Festival as the 2025 edition of the iconic Ojude Oba Festival started in grand style in Ijebu-Ode. This is GemTV. Now, there's still a lot of information going on in Biafra land, and the government are not saying anything about it. The Nigerian government, have also instructed all the media houses in Nigeria not to report anything coming out from Biafra land. They said if they report all the killings coming out from the Biafra land, people that lives in that area in Biafra land are going to get angry and retaliate, and it is going to escalate the issue on that on various states in Biafra land. So with that, everyone have took to the hill in some certain area, saying the report that is coming from Biafra land, no one is reporting it. But since no one is there to report it, we have to report it by ourselves. And also, Nigeria is complicit, supporting the killings and maiming of innocent people in Biafra land. And we will not allow this to continue. We have been shouting to the international communities, but none of them are coming to our rescue. There's Amnesty International that have proved everything right about what Biafran people have been fighting for, that the Nigerian government, backed by the current president of the country, Ahmed Ashiwaju, also have backed the killings in Biafra land as instructed by his house media not to report anything going on in Biafra land. This is Gem TV. If this is your first time of coming across our channel, please do us a favor, like, share, also comment. If you have not shared, please do so to share this news so that a few other people can see it. This is Gem TV. On this note, we're gonna leave it here today. Remember us as always. Bye for now. And this is Gem TV.